If Donald Trump does not win, what do you do?
I hope that I'm going to die.
You want to die if Donald Trump doesn't win?
I do. I don't want to live like this anymore. You like our country the way it is now?
What is it that is so bad about where America is or where you are right now with America that you would want to die if Donald Trump doesn't win?
I just don't want to live in a country that is screwed up as this one, that people are so out of control and that they think that everything that they're entitled to everything.
I'd like some details. Maybe he got there and it was just the more fun parts, but there's one Trump supporter who apparently is ready to die if Donald Trump doesn't win. If Donald Trump doesn't win, she'd like to die. I'm not sure how she would choose to do such a thing. Or there's this other simple thing, because she says she doesn't want to live in a country that's so crazy. You can do what many Republicans and conservatives always tell folks to do: move. And actually, that's not even like a get the hell out of here, we don't need you type of thing. There's plenty of libs that are moving. So it's not like it's one of those things where you have to stay or there's some kind of rule against it. It's just a matter of another country wants your ass there either. But this is the level of minionship and foot soldier behavior that we're dealing with. If Barack Obama, anyone else isn't elected, trust me, there's so many people who wouldn't be like, I need to die now. Maybe there's a few, but it's probably not the normal thought process for many of the supporters who may say it out loud in front of someone who's asking them and they think that it's such a flex. We're gonna go through a bunch of these, Woz, but I saw you doubled over when that lady said that.
I mean, she wants to die. And again, I think it just speaks to how Donald Trump makes these people feel. Just the idea of his presidency makes them feel good. It's not necessarily that, he's gonna pass a bunch of policies and, he's gonna have this Republican House and Senate and he's gonna sign all these great bills that are gonna turn America into this utopia. These people just feel nicer knowing that Donald Trump is president for whatever reason. It's all psychic, because she can't name something that Donald Trump is gonna do to make hers or anyone else's life better. She just feels it. She can just intuit that it's better.
We've flipped the representative government that we're supposed to have. Now the constituents for these folks like Trump think that they're supposed to represent him instead of him representing us. So they're thinking whatever it is he's about, we have to co-sign no matter what. And if he wins, personally, we win. Bro, you don't have anything. In fact, he's taking things from you to get these wins. But still, whatever, that's the way they think. There's someone else that thinks they're so closely knit and tied to Donald Trump that they've got the evidence that James Comer doesn't have, that Jim Jordan doesn't have, and that also Donald Trump doesn't have. This guy's talking about it.
Everybody's got friggin' evidence of Joe Biden doing corruption. I got some on my phone, matter of fact. So these are the words of Joe Biden right here. If I can get my phone, that's okay.
You have to read it for me because I don't have my glasses.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard. So he said, we are in a situation where we have put together, and you guys did it for President Obama administration before this. We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics. Joe Biden, end quote.
He was talking about voter fraud organization.
Yeah.
Like stopping voter fraud.
No, he said he put the biggest voter fraud in American history.
Where did he say that?
That was in October before
I'll have to look it up.
I think Schuster wants to know where in that sentence that you put on your notepad said that. Joe Biden. Listen, man, just because their leader, Donald Trump, is like, a cartoon criminal. That he's like, who's the guy from Austin Powers?
Dr. Evil?
When Dr. Evil literally could not do his evil without telling everybody his evil that he's gonna do every time. And then his kid in the movie was like, why don't you just do it? Why are you telling everybody? It's the typical villain thing from every cartoon. Why would anybody announce their full plan for how they're gonna break the rules and break the law and then be the most anti-American president ever? The reason they believe Joe Biden would say such a thing and then actually do that is because their leader does it. He points out every illegal act he's willing to do, has done, and is going to do later and go, I'd be stupid if I didn't do it. That's how he began his campaign back in 2015, 2016. I break rules and I'd be stupid not to because I'm Donald F. and Trump. That's what he said. And then ever since then, he's done the same thing.
Yeah, it's amazing. And that's one of my main critiques of a lot of the hive mind on the right wing. And I say this all the time, like it's not enough that Hillary Clinton or a bunch of other Democrats, Chuck Schumer, maybe they're corrupt, maybe they have bad political views, maybe they're bought and paid for politicians. It's not enough to feel that way about them. They also have to be running a child sex ring out of a pizza shop, right? Like it's just not enough to see these folks as people who you don't trust and have different politics from. And I think that's the same thing we're seeing here from this carpenters union homie, which I thought was quite hilarious, that he's representing his union and MAGA at the same time, when Donald Trump, the Republican Party, has there ever been, not that the Democrats have, especially for the last 30, 40 years, been the biggest friends to unions, but the Republican Party, like, come on, man. St. Ronnie broke the damn unions up. They've been union busting since God knows when. And the idea that you would be a union member in support of MAGA and Donald Trump is quite hilarious. But yeah, obviously these accusations are baseless and conjecture and stuff that you see on the fringes of the internet. But the fringes of the internet are dominant sort of power base within the Republican constituency, right? And so that's what we see here.
It's insanity. It's another example again of constituents, his supporters, representing him rather than the other way around.
For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.